February 5th onwards, there was no CEC draw. Only PNP, French category draws, and other category draws happened. However, CC draw was nowhere to be seen. Well, IRCC always likes to do opposite of what the masses think, and that's exactly what happened. This all finally broke down. This long pause finally broke down on May 13th of 2025 when IRCC did another Canadian Experience class draw. Express entry draws have been happening since February this year. However, everyone was waiting for one thing, and that was the next Canadian Experience class draw. The Canadian Experience class and the draw for CEC under Express entry is that line of hope for a lot of folks who do not fall under any categories, who do not fulfill any PNP requirements, or who do not hold any PNP nominations. After a long wait of almost more than 3 months, now we finally had another express entry draw for Canadian Experience class. What was the draw? How much was the cutoff? We'll talk about all the details and what to expect in the future draws in this video, so stay tuned until the end. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm of IRCC, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you are an aspirant, you need assistance, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us and we would be happy to assist you. If you'd like to chat with me or any other RCIC in our firm, you can feel free to book an appointment. The link to book an appointment is in the description of this video. Coming back to the CEC draw that we just had this week, let's talk in detail about that. But before we do that, let's quickly answer the comment of the week. This comment comes on our video on Francophone Mobility Program. And the comment is, can you apply for this work permit by being on a visitor visa in Canada? There are very specific conditions you need to meet if you are on a visitor visa and you're applying for a work permit. If you are just on a visitor visa and you do not meet those specific conditions, then you cannot apply for this work permit from inside Canada. You have to follow the process of applying from outside Canada, and that is a different form. And for that, you will most likely have to exit the country and enter back in to receive your work permit after approval. I hope this helps. Now, in the beginning of this year, in January and February, we had consecutive CEC draws at regular intervals, and these draws saw the CRS score go down from 542 to 521, and these were big draws. Here on the screen, you can see these draws highlighted for the Canadian Experience class. Now, as the draws saw the CRS scores dropping with the number of ITAs that were being issued, this was a very nice signal to a lot of folks who are sitting in the pool, who are sitting at a high score above 500 but still not high enough above 530 or at the 540 range where the draws were happening prior to these draws. Folks who were below 520, from 500 to 520, saw a ray of hope. Everyone was expecting that 4,000 invitations CEC draws will continue going forth starting February 5th, and they would continue, and hopefully this year folks who were in the 500 to 520 range will very soon get the invitation. Well, IRCC always likes to do opposite of what the masses think, and that's exactly what happened. February 5th onwards, there was no CEC draw. Only PNP, French category draws, and other category draws happened. However, CC draw was nowhere to be seen. This all finally broke down. This long pause finally broke down on May 13th of 2025 when IRCC did another Canadian Experience class draw, and the details of this draw are here on the screen. So as you can see, in this draw, 500 invitations were issued at a cutoff score of 547. Now, again, this was a draw after a very long time, so it's a very welcome news. However, the number of invites and the cutoff score was not very reasonable or was not very pleasant news. The good news is CEC resumed. However, at only 500 invitations, the cutoff score was so high that most of the people who were awaiting CEC draws were not able to benefit from it. Now, that said, with CEC doing another draw after almost 3 months. Now we are again hopeful that IRCC may start doing regular CEC draws, that is every 2 weeks, with their normal express entry schedule. Now, if IRCC continues to do CEC draws regularly from now on, and the number of ITAs are increased, say it's a draw at 3,000 or 4,000, we would again see the CRS score starting to drop, similar to what we saw in January and February. And it is possible that the cutoffs will come down, could come down below 520. But again, it all depends on regular draws at a consistently high number of ITAs that are being issued. Now, just as a guess or as a prediction, if there is another CC draw 2 weeks from now at 4,000 ITAs, then the score would be somewhere around 530s or high 520s. That is my prediction. We'll only find out when we have a draw, but that is my prediction. If you are a candidate sitting in the pool at 500 or around 500, if you have the room to improve using English, please make use of that. As you've seen, IRCC likes to play these games. They're playing hide and seek where they start the draws, they stop the draws, and they're trying to keep the cutoffs high. So if you can improve, you have the room to improve your score with English, that is your best bet at this point. That's it for this video, guys. In short, just wanted to talk about the latest CEC draw that we've had after a long pause. And now hopefully the CEC draws continue. This draw in particular was not very pleasant, not very useful, but going forth, hopefully we see better and better draws. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.